Hi, boys and girls. I'd like to go on with the third video of the Hebrew alphabet. I will review some letters, give you an opportunity to practice, and then we will go on with some new letters. So here are the letters that we learned so far. Aleph, square letters, or print, and this is script Aleph. Bet, actually without the dot, it is vet and vet. With the dot, it would be bet and bet. Gimel, Gimel, Dalid, Dalid, Hey, Hey, Vav, Vav. So these are some of the letters of the alphabet. I prepared this before we did some others. Let's go on now to the vowels. So one vowel that we did, the first one, if you see the little T underneath the Vav, and it's pronounced Va. The name of the vowel is a kamatz, pronounced A, as in avocado. A, ka, a. The next vowel goes underneath the letter, like the kamatz, and it's called chirik. It's pronounced E, as in the word see. The next vowel goes above the letter, like above the vav, and it's called cholam, or pronounced O, like in Ontario. And the third vowel that we learned so far was U, as in shuruk, U, as in the word school. Now I'm going to take you to a challenging page. This is what I prepared for you for review. And what I would like for you to do is to read the letters, this slide and the next slide, these two slides. Okay, I would like you, 1 and 2, I would like you to read these two slides 3 times. You read it, clock yourself on the alarm in your cell phone or any other clock. If you read it 3 times, record how many seconds it took you to read it, record it a second time, and record the third time. And then we're going to see how much the practice is helping us as we go on with the week. I'm not going to stop now to do that with you. I'm going to try to get you to do that on your own. Now I'm going to another slide, and that is the formation of the letters. If you enlarge this, you will be able to see that there is a number, there is a number of where you're supposed to write, or how you're supposed to write the letter. I think because I enlarged it too much, I'm out of my comfort zone of my PowerPoint. So here, it's too bad that it's a little bit, maybe. Okay, so it's a line down, a line down, a line up, a line with a curve and a straight line for the bet, a line and a line on the little diagonal, 1, 2. Dalid, a line across on top and a line down. Hey, a line and a curve down and a little space on top and down. Vav, 1, 2. Dalid, a little roof and a little piece of a hangover and a dalid. Chet is fairly square. Tet and Yud. The others we're going to learn tonight, some of them. Okay, so we'll continue with that on another occasion. I would like to ask you to practice writing each of the letters a couple of times so that you learn how to write them. The next slide actually tells you how to write them, how to form them in script as well. And they're all here. I may print this and hand it out in class so that you get it from here, because I'm assuming that it's going to be difficult to stop the tape. Now I'm going on to some new letters. You must practice. That's the only way you're going to retain this. We already have a dozen letters, so it's going to start to. So the first letters that we're going to learn tonight are, I think that my slides are too big. Oh, maybe this will do it. No. There we go. This letter is called Kaf, and it has a K-like sound. A K-like sound. And with the dot in it is K, and without the dot is Chaf. Chaf. Okay, so this is a fairly guttural sound in your throat. It doesn't exist in English, so there is that. Kaf, Chaf, and then we have a unique structure here because this letter is a final Chaf or Kaf, and this would only appear as a last letter in a word. So in a last letter, you would have this, and it would be called either final Chaf, or in Hebrew, Sof means end, so it's called Chaf Sofit. And here are the letters again, Kaf, Chaf, Chaf Sofit, and this is in script, Kaf, Chaf, and really this line should be a little bit longer, but in the matrix of the font, there is just not enough room to get the entire letter in. So here are some words with kaf and chaf. Ko, chav. Ba, cha. Be, ged. Ba, de, va, de. Again, kaf, chaf, chaf sofit. I'm doing one more letter and see how that will go for us. This letter is pronounced like an L, and it is called Lamed in Hebrew, and it is formed as you see. This is the printed letter, a line down, a line across, and a line down with a bit of a curve. And here you start on the bottom. You make a little loop, come up, and a little turn to the right. The turn could go a little further than this is going. So Lamed, Lamed, El, El. Pronounced. Some words, actually, this looks like a hook. And the word for hook in Hebrew, or I would say the loop, and the word for that would be lula'a, which would be a loop or a hook. So the same word in Hebrew, and it gives you the opportunity to practice two lameds. Yeled, kelev, yalda, lula'a, yeled, kelev, yalda. I think I'm not going to do all the letters because I think there's too many new ones introduced at once. So I'm just going to do one or two more letters. This letter has the sound M, 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 and in print it would look like this, and in script it would look like this, like our N in English. So Mem, Mem. Like the Chaf and the Chaf Sofit, this letter has a final letter when the letter appears at the end of the word. Watch this word. It has both a regular mem and a final mem. The word would be pronounced ma-yim, 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 melech, melech, and in script, maim, maim, melech. The final word I'm teaching tonight is nun, nun, and this is the sound N in English, and it looks like this. It's almost like a chaf, but the line going across is much shorter. Let me get back to a chaf for you, and you'll be able to see it. Here is the chaf. So you'll see it goes around much more. The nun, the two edges here are much shorter. So it would look like this, nun, and this is a nun sofit. So we have kaf, chaf, chaf sofit, mem, mem sofit, and now nun and nun sofit. The nun is a letter that we really met before. It looks exactly like a vav, except that it's longer. It sticks down a little further. And here it is in print, script. Print, script. Notice that in the script, it doesn't have the little line across. Now let's read some words with nun. Ben, zan, gan, chen, vna, hen, niv, nivon, bein, bana, gina, ganan, gan, dagan, dan, dina. Ben, zan, gan, chen, vna, hen, niv, nivon, bein, bana, gina, ganan, gan, dagan, dan, dina. I want to point out two things. Because of the font in these circular scripted letters, there isn't room for the vowels, so the vowels are not as clear as they are in the printed letter, number one. Number two, there is a letter here that we call Zayin, and this one is Gimel. They're quite distinct in print. Not so in script. This is a Zayin, this is a Gimel. This and this are mirror images of each other. How do you tell them apart? I'm going to give you a hint, and if it works for you, fine. And if not, I have no solutions except having to memorize it. This is the Gimel letter. Gimel is the third letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Aleph, Bet, Gimel. What's the third word of the English alphabet? C. A, B, C. So I'm going to tell you that the loop in the Gimel looks like the letter C, whereas the loop on the Zayin does not look like a C. It's a mirror image of it. So Gimel, like a C, and that's the third letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Boys and girls, I have no shortcuts. I wish I could help you, but the only way I could is by encouraging you to practice, practice, practice. Have a good evening. I'll print out the pages with the formation of the letters for you and give it to you next time I see you in class. Good evening.